Yep. If you haven't been living under a potato, the Nintendo Switch was revealed. It's coming out March 3rd.
It's a thing.
And we're here to talk about some video games we would like to maybe see on there. And we're plugged on. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
We're going to share 3 each. I don't know about you guys, but I don't have like a specific fucking video game.
I don't have
I just more have franchises.
Yeah.
I have one, which is I think something that is coming out that I think should come. So I have one game that's like a specific game on my list.
Yeah, I mean, if you stroke it long enough, it'll come.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah, but these are just some ideas of things that we think would be really cool on the Nintendo Switch. There hasn't been a lot of games announced for it right now.
Yeah.
So, why not? We start down here. What's
All right,
number 3? Do we just want to share all 3 of ours and go down the list? That's probably best.
I was gonna say
go
mine,
3, 2, 1. Then
mine really aren't in any particular order per se. So I would like to see a Metroid game, a Pokemon game, really more in the lines of like Pokemon Stadium, Pokemon Coliseum, something like that. Something that's not, go to the gyms, get badges, something, I don't know, a little different. As a Pokemon game, and a Fire Emblem like actual RPG,
like a traditional,
like a more traditional RPG, not the Fire Emblem Warriors thing that they're supposedly doing, like a more true. Because Fire Emblem itself is a tactical game, so it would work very well, I feel, as an RPG already. So,
yeah. What kind of Metroid game do you want?
Is it like we talking like Prime? We talking like 2D? What are we talking about?
Honestly, I mean, like another
Hunters? We talking about Metroid Prime Hunters?
Not Hunters.
Federation Force?
No,
is
not
that what it is?
Federation
Is that
Force
what it was?
either.
There was Metroid Prime Hunters. That was on the DS.
Yeah.
Federation Force is what just came out on the 3DS.
That's more the joke that I was making. Okay.
Yeah. Either something in the vein of like a Metroid Prime, where it's a 3D, but it still focuses on exploration and things like that. I'd also be fine with like the 2D or 2.5D, whatever the fuck they're calling it now, a side-scrolling Metroid. But I'd be fine with either one of those.
Yeah. Top over here.
All the way over here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Party
Party over here, party over there.
What games you got?
They're in no order, but the first game I had, I have all 3 like specific games I want to see. I want to see Mass Effect Andromeda because it's a huge game. It comes out in March. It'll be great for their launch. That would really help them out, and I think they need to help. That would just really help them because otherwise I think Mass Effect is going to bury them. I think it is going to bury them. So if I could come out in March, that would really work in their favor, give people more of a reason to get Zelda, and then Mass Effect, it kind of works in your favor right away. You get more with the system. Then I would like to see Overwatch come out, because I feel like that's a very Nintendo-styled game. It's up front, it's, cartoony and fun, and all the characters have funny lines, and it's action, and it's not like blood and death, and that's kind of what Nintendo's into. And then behind the scenes is a bunch of porn. That's like every other Nintendo game, so it works right into their
the wheelhouse.
Yeah, right into the old
Japanese wheelhouse.
Yeah, the old squid. And then the last game I had was Pokemon Snap. Just another game that I've said a million times that I wish Nintendo would bring back.
Especially with the tablet. Pokemon Snap would be, I think, even better than ever.
What would you do with Pokemon Snap?
Just have a new Snap game, make it look better, look cool and everything.
What?
I don't think they need to use any different kind of functionality, just have the game.
What, like,
people would enjoy it?
Pokemon or regions or whatever?
Just a mix and match, like, you maybe go to, like, a couple different regions and you get to see, well, actually no, affect the regions, because in the original Snap you didn't have any, like, real places. You could just go around to these different areas. They come up with, like, a new fake region for, well, they're all fake for the most part, but you come up with, like, a new region that's just out there and has, like, a selected amount of Pokemon. You go through your levels, and then at the end, or you go through stages that have, like, bosses at at the end of each of them, like Mew was like the boss Pokemon of all Pokemon Snap, and it was kind of hard to get the right picture. It was really a pain in the ass. Have like one of those at the end of every 5 missions, and have maybe like 20 missions in total, 4 bosses, and then 1 like legendary or something. Take a picture of Arceus. It's God. Let's see God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I just realized today, I must have missed it, but Pokemon Snap on the Wii U Virtual Console. So that's cool. I might check that out. I don't know how much it is. It's probably like $70 or something. I don't know. What you got?
What do I got? So I guess I won't go in any particular order. So the only specific game thing that I have is I have Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and 2.5 HD Remix. I just think it makes sense because...
As one game or like 2 different?
Well, I mean, it's coming out on the PS4 as one game.
No.
So kind of putting that out in March. It's coming out in March. But like, you know, Square Enix with Kingdom Hearts, with the exception of Birth by Sleep, which came out on the PSP, all of the side games have come out on Nintendo handhelds. You know, Chain of Memories on the Game Boy Advance.
3DS.
3D was on the 3DS. Dream Drop Distance was 358 was on
358 over 2 days was on Game Boy Advance.
and then I think the other one was on the Recoded
DS.
and then Recoded was also on the DS. Like
Mm-hmm.
so like I just think that maybe like they've kind of had at least a somewhat cordial relationship with Kingdom Hearts, that maybe like if you know the rumors are kind of true that Kingdom Hearts 3 isn't coming out on the Xbox One anymore, which would make sense because they haven't pushed it at all. Do it for the Nintendo. I feel like that'd be a big thing to put on a Nintendo.
I feel like
console.
that could also potentially be a system seller.
Like boom, like say like yeah,
That would be a
you
very good system
you
seller.
can play
to
Kingdom
have.
Hearts on the go. I would buy that in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah,
I kind of
really
said before,
cool.
if Kingdom Hearts came out on the Nintendo, even though I'm up until this point I've been solely like even if it comes out on the Xbox One, I'm playing this on the PS4.
Yeah.
I might have to change my mind just because of just the idea of playing Kingdom Hearts, a full Kingdom Hearts game on the go is really cool.
That'd be cool.
So I have
When
also.
are you on the go?
When am I on the go?
Yeah.
I mean all the time.
Yeah, when you're on the go and you have time to play Kingdom Hearts.
When am I on the go? When I get.
That's one thing about the Switch, is how often are you on the go, but you still have time to play something?
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of times I get roped into like going on long trips that I don't want to go on, so it's like that works then too. Because it's like it's not my idea. I'm not driving.
For
But-
me, it's like the playoffs are on. I want to watch them. I'm gonna go upstairs for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Just,
You know? I'm never really on the go.
That's kind of close with Zelda, man.
No. Yeah.
Might not make it.
Like,
Yeah.
Might die a really important boss fight or something.
that would suck.
Yeah.
What are your other 2 games?
I have I have a 2D Metroid because Super Metroid is one of my favorite Nintendo games ever made, like the one from the Super Nintendo. And even if they just did like an updated you know, add some new levels and stuff, but did like Super Metroid again, I'd be perfectly happy. But I just kind of like, I think because there's so much focus on
Focus.
like Metroid Prime and like the 3D Metroids, because that's the thing, like all of Nintendo's properties, there's a 2D and a 3D version. Like, you know, there was like Donkey Kong Country, which Donkey Kong Country is like 2D, and then there's like Donkey Kong 64, which I'll get to in a second. But then like, you know, a lot like people kind of forget that like, oh, there was a 2D Metroid game, put another one out, like a side scroller. I think it'd be a lot of fun. And then the last game I have a 3D Donkey Kong game in lieu of a Donkey Kong 64, simply because Donkey Kong 64 is one of my favorite 3D platformers I've ever played. And in terms of like, that game has so many collectibles, it almost beats out like a lot of modern games in terms of collectibles. Maybe not Ubisoft games, because you know their collectible the game is like off the charts, but like there's just so much to do and run around, and just so much to do and run around and collect like, you know, gold and like bananas and things like that. I just even with the more recent 3D Donkey Kong games, I feel like they haven't captured this essence. So do you know a new 3D Donkey Kong game I think would just be cool, especially because even though the last one, the last Donkey Kong, what was it, Tropical Freeze, it was all right, but you know.
The Last Guardian Donkey Kong crossover, the last Donkey Kong.
The last Kong.
So yeah, I think a 3D Donkey Kong would be cool.
I had an idea the other day for like they got ideas for video games all the time, but like a King Kong video game would be pretty cool. Like you're on an island, it's like open world, and like there's story. Story is mostly linear, but it's like an open world jungle kind of thing, and there's like all the prehistoric life and insects and stuff. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
What she got?
Is Donkey Kong like the mayor of New Donk City
He might be.
in Super Mario Odyssey?
What if he is?
That's
what,
the ending.
What if it's an AU? You fight Donkey Kong.
Where's
Bowser's
your-
not the main villain. It's Donkey Kong.
Nintendo's gonna start like a Nintendo cinematic universe.
What if Donkey Kong's just a front for Putin, who really controls the state?
I don't know.
I mean, Mario does wear a lot of red.
Yeah. Mario's a communist.
He's
He's
a fascist.
he's
With,
part of the proletariat.
He's got the mustache. He's got a hat with the
Working class proletariat.
Yeah.
Wears red.
Who's the guy in World War II from Italy?
Mussolini.
Mussolini.
Mussolini. Gosh, why am I
Benito
forgetting
Mussolini.
his name? Anyways, that's not what we're talking about. My first thing. My first thing is a gang that's not a gang. Like
Halo.
I gotta say. No,
Forza.
I want
Fabza.
a new IP for Nintendo. And they're doing that with like ARMS and stuff like 1-2 Switch. Don't get me wrong. But
Elbows.
I want something along the lines of Splatoon. Something that's more AAA, that's creative, that has new characters in the Nintendo universe, you could say, that you could really get behind, you know?
Whoa.
What?
I'm being funny. Like, whoa, you're asking a lot
Yeah.
there. But I'm
Well,
good.
yeah.
Overwatch, but with Nintendo characters.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
but like,
I mean, fun.
you know, Splatoon, I just feels like a breath of fresh air for Nintendo. Like, it's new gameplay, it's new characters, it's a new ideas, and that's cool. Like, let's do more of that, because I think Splatoon really paid off well for Nintendo with the Wii U, and I think they have a new franchise on their hand with that. It would be awesome with the Switch that, you know, Nintendo says we're doing something that's like really cool, maybe a different genre or a different take on something. I don't know, but just a new IP of major AAA significance. That's something that I really want for Nintendo.
Honestly, I could see something like Horizon Zero Dawn working really well, like in the Japan side.
Yeah, like an RPG or something. I mean, I know, you know, Breath of the Wild isn't really an RPG in a way. It's more just a big ass action adventure game in a way, but something like that would be cool. I don't know, just some big ass new IP for Nintendo would be awesome. And then I think you read my mind because I wrote my list down first. Number 2, I had a 3D Donkey Kong game, but I actually don't want it to be like Donkey Kong 64. I don't want a collectathon. I want it to be Marioized, in that Mario has just different
Balls.
kind of worlds and levels, and it's just super fucking creative, you know, and just crazy shit. That's kind of what I want with Donkey Kong. You know, have maybe like a hub world, and then you go out and you do a bunch of different stuff, but maybe make it, you know, exploration based and stuff, but Marioized in a way, not a collectathon.
I
think that would be really cool.
I was just throwing that idea out there, and also, I mean, I don't disagree with the whole world thing. I just like that's one of the things that I like about Donkey Kong 64 is because it's different from Mario.
Yeah, and Donkey Kong Country Returns and Tropical Freeze and stuff, they're great, and they, you know, brought Donkey Kong back in terms of a 2D platformer and stuff, but fuck it, do 3D. It's been a while. And then number 1, I have a Metroid game, and I don't really care whether it's 2D or 3D. 3D in terms of Prime, sure. 3D third person, why the fuck not? 2D side scroller, Metroid, you know, Super Metroid like exploration based platformer, fucking bring it on. I think anything with Metroid that's more
Traditional.
traditional maybe and more of what people really want from Metroid, you know, not a Federation Force type of thing, could just really do well. And I know Metroid doesn't sell the best, but I feel that at least the more hardcore gaming audience really, really wants it, to where maybe it would sell a little bit better than usual, because it's been since, we're not going to count other end, since Metroid Prime 3, which I think was like 2007 or 2008.
So it's been almost 10 years.
So it's been a really long time since there was a major Metroid game. And I know there's like, you know, if you're going the 2D route, there's probably a lot of indie devs out there that would fucking love to make a Metroid game or something. And if Nintendo wants to assist with development and, you know, maybe, you know, have input on it and publish the game, sure. But there's a lot of fucking developers out there I think could really do it well. And I mean, that's kind of what happened with Retro in a way when they first developed Metroid Prime, you know? So I just think Metroid is something that really needs to come back. And it's kind of a shame because last year was Metroid's 30th anniversary.
And
Nintendo didn't really do anything. They did stuff with Zelda, but not Metroid, which sucks. So yeah, those are my 3 things that I think could just be really awesome, great games on the Nintendo Switch. Maybe they don't light the world on fire in terms of selling systems,
But at least you could say,
but
hey,
I think
we
they
have
would
games.
sell a lot of
Yeah.
games.
We have games. Like,
So, yeah.
I want to throw out one honorable mention. It almost made my it almost made my list, and it's a game that like I've never played, but I'm very intrigued by it, which is why I kind of want him to try another one, and that's another Super Mario RPG.
Yeah.
Like it just a
They
different thing.
had
shit.
Superstar Saga, and that was kind of an RPG as well.
Oh, I mean,
And I loved it. I thought it played well. The story was strong enough to support why they did this sort of game. You know, the combat was kind of interesting.
yeah, it's just like I want something like that. It's just because that game looks, even though it came out on the N64, it looks super interesting, and I'm like, I want something like that on like consoles. So
Yeah. There's a lot of really great possibilities for games and all that stuff and what the Nintendo Switch could be. So, very excited. Comes out March 3rd. Let us know what your, you know, ideas for some things to get on Nintendo Switch should be. Those are ours. I think that was like 10 different ideas.
yeah, that was really cool.
There was some crossover, but you know,
Yeah,
gonna have
He
that.
stole my fucking ideas.
I did, except for one.
I mean, I came up with Metroid as well. So, you know.
Oh, yes.
See ya.